God, it's so loud in here. For joining us on the WBM podcast. It's one of your hosts, is your boy Merc.
And this is your boy X-Fan.
And it's your boy Oski in the mix.
In the mix. Tell him, Mark.
Guys, we have a fun episode for you today.
Do we?
We really do.
Do
we
we?
really?
Do we?
We're going to talk about everything and anything.
You know what? We're going to take some random topics that are going to pop into our heads today.
We're going to talk about Comic Palooza.
Oh, for sure. We're going to do our Comic Palooza roundup.
Absolutely, guys. We are less than a month away at this point from Comic Palooza,
yeah.
so make sure you
We're
guys stay
19
tuned.
days approximately.
We got our schedule, so we're going to give you all the announcements and so much more on this particular
we do have the
episode.
schedule.
and the blue link. Give me the blue link.
Always in our profile. All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go!
Before we get into our rapid fire topics this week, we're going to call this episode Rapid Fire.
Oh, I like that.
If you've been following us, listening to our episodes, you already know where we're going to be June 20th through the 22nd.
That's right, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
will be in Houston, Texas, but specifically where?
At the George R. Brown Convention Center.
For what event?
The Comic Palooza 2025.
That's right, guys.
June 20th through the 22nd. That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a 3-day convention. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It's really, really exciting, guys. Big stuff is going on. There is an official schedule that is out that we have now.
Oh, yes, they did drop the schedule. So we're going to, let's give the dates for our panel.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Shall we?
Shall we?
I feel like we have drum rolls somewhere on here, but not it.
That's not the drum roll.
That is not it either. I feel like Suki's going to eventually get our labeling right. None of them.
Nope.
All right, what is it?
It's in there somewhere. There's a drum roll in there, though.
Yeah, but it's not there now. See, look, you have to start paying her, dog. It's been 5 years.
Purple.
It says outro on this. Anyway,
Okay, I'll stop. All right. So one of the first panels we're going to host is going to be on June 20th. That's Friday, June 20th.
that's right.
At 3:45 p.m. That one's going to be a fun panel about how to start an anime podcast hosted by us, yours truly, Witty Banter Media. Really loud.
Live audience, thank you so much for your applause.
In that panel, we're
Thank you
gonna
for suddenly
show you.
stopping.
We're gonna show you how to start a podcast. We're gonna set up in a scenario where we walk you from concept idea all the way to publishing the podcast itself. We do throw an anime twist to it because we talk about so much anime, and it's fun to like anime it up, if you know what I mean. But this panel is also for everybody else. Anybody can learn it. You could literally take all the information from the panel and start your own podcast on cooking or whatever else you want.
Thank you so much. I'm glad we're getting used to the sound effects today.
We could just let Suki stay downstairs next time.
Yeah, bro. I'm not doing it again. This is why you keep her in the bait. I'll stop.
And what's the next one?
And our podcast program panel, the one that's going to be at the Podcast Pavilion stage, is going to be on June 22nd. That's Sunday, June 22nd at 11 a.m. So on Sunday, before you stop by to do shopping and everything else, come to our panel first.
That's right, guys. We have an early panel, 11 o'clock in the morning, Sunday. That is June 22nd, 11 a.m. to what?
It's a 45-minute panel, so
11:45 a.m. That's right, guys.
Most panels are 45 minutes at Comic Palooza. The panel is Western animation versus anime. We had this debate before, Western animation versus Japanese anime. I forgot the Japanese. We had this debate before, this debate panel at other conventions. So if you want to like bring your take,
I want your hot take. I
Bring
want to
it.
know, who do you think has really got it? Who's killing it more, the U.S. or the
But
the
first,
anime community?
we're gonna break it down. We're gonna analyze it, and then maybe at the end we can take some Q&A.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, get ready, guys. We have that one coming up for you. Really, really excited. Again, it's just fun stuff to come and sit there and talk to us about.
That's right,
Hey, Suki, would you mind turning down the crowd, Doug? I feel like they're in my anus right now.
guys. Sounds just like your mom.
I feel the echo coming out of my mouth. Look, watch. Or,
It's so cool that they announced the schedule.
thank you so much.
Damn. Did somebody come in your mouth, bro? That's all the dead baby.
It's all your mom's. I don't know where that came from. That's terrible. That's disgusting. I don't know.
Anyway.
Speaking of dead
You
babies,
kissed her after?
You don't.
Darth Vader.
I love your mom.
Darth Vader. They announced the schedule. So the Darth Vader panel is going to be at 7 p.m. on Friday. That's really fucking exciting. Hayden Christensen.
Friday?
On Friday, yeah. Friday night. Friday night is the Hayden Christensen panel at 7 p.m. They are selling golden tickets and silver tickets to that panel if you want to sit up front. Speed passes, all kinds of like
The
passes to
diamond
it.
ticket, he actually force chokes you.
We did it last
Oddly
year.
enough, I would pay for that.
we did it last year for Michael J. Fox, and it was a really, really great experience. If you guys haven't or considering it on the fence,
Didn't you like hold it for Michael J. Fox in the
I
restroom?
did. I shook it for him, pun intended, at the stall.
Man, that's so tight. The legend himself.
No, I really did bump into him at the bathroom. It's a crazy story. I'll tell you guys about it later.
Go back to our Coming Police Wrap Up 2024.
in
That's
case
right,
you guys
yeah.
haven't heard about how I
to
bumped
hear that
into
whole
him.
story about Merck.
Shaking it for
Michael J. Fox at the pisser. That's right.
So
That's a kind story.
But yeah, go on the Comic Palooza site, check out the passes, check out the FAQs, get more information. But that's going to be our panels, and find us out there all weekend.
That's right, guys. So much fun and so much more that's going to be happening. But we'll see you at Comic Palooza. Like I said, less than 30 days. Go get your tickets now. Price is always going to go up the closer it gets.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
closer it gets.
Let me go first on this rapid fire. Speaking of Comic Palooza, I decided to binge over Memorial Day weekend.
I wonder
It
if
was,
you know.
Was it Memorial Day weekend that just passed?
Yes.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend, the long weekend. I binged Resident Alien.
Oh, I have no
How
idea.
was it?
Tell me.
You know, it was actually, it's got this dry humor kind of.
Okay.
Like this, like, where it's like, I mean, it's funny. Like, it's actually my kind of humor to where, like, it's just random. Like, I don't know where some of the characters be saying some, like, out-of-pocket shit that doesn't make sense. And I think it's hilarious.
Okay.
The premise is basically this alien crash lands in the small town Colorado, and the small town of Patience, Colorado, and deep in the mountains, you know, small town America. He tries to blend in with the town, and there's a murder mystery and a bunch of other stuff. Alan Tudyk is the main character. He voices a lot of characters everywhere. I know him from a little old series called Firefly. For all my brown coats out there, yeah, I swear to God, brown coats. If you haven't watched Firefly, you don't know what it is, but that's my Firefly people will know.
Okay.
In that series, he has one of the most quotable lines: "I'm a leaf in the wind. Watch how I float." Because he's the pilot of the ship.
Okay.
So I guess
You have to watch it.
you have to watch
You
it.
really have to watch it.
You have to watch it. Go back and watch the classic Firefly and then the sequel movie Serenity. But Resident Alien is actually really good. And after watching it, I'm excited to like see the cast because the whole cast is coming to Comic Palooza.
Oh,
Like
nice.
four people from the main cast.
Yeah, like four
Nice.
people for the main cast.
It's like Alan Tudyk, the main alien, and then the main girl that's like becomes best friends with the alien, and then the other sidekick girl. Well, not sidekick, but you know what I mean. The sheriff. The sheriff is the sheriff. He's black, and he comes anytime a new character gets introduced, he's like, "Hey, I'm the sheriff of town. Call me Big Black."
Damn.
Damn.
Okay.
That tells you the kind of humor that the show has.
Interesting. How many seasons? Just one?
Oh, it's 3 seasons. It's 3. I didn't know it had that long of a running.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
12
'cause,
episodes? 24
like-
episodes?
Like the first season is like 8, and then the second is like 16. I think the third is also 16.
Okay.
And season 4 is about to premiere like next week.
Oh, so it's still going.
It's still going.
Oh, I
Yeah.
had no idea. I thought it
It's
was
like
over
3
already.
seasons strong and about to premiere a 4th one.
Oh, wow. That's pretty dope.
It's wild.
Good on them.
Yeah, because it's one of those shows where I'm like, Resident Alien. I don't think I've heard it. And then I see like the little trailer, and I'm like, oh, I know this. You know it?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see the?
I did see trailers for it, but again,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
But it's one of those things where like, am I gonna watch that?
Yeah, I just didn't pick it up. But
But I
because
said-
Comic Palooza is coming
Because
to town.
Comic Palooza is coming up, I picked it up. It was a super quick, it was a quick watch for me. And it has that thing. Okay, here's one thing. I'm going to transition to another topic. Rapid fire. Sorry to take the first 2. You know how those old school shows, like how writers approach them?
Yeah.
It has that thing where like a few episodes in, they don't really know what to do with this character. So they kind of throw away that plot line, or maybe this character got really popular and they're like, maybe we could do something else with this plot line. You know how you could tell that shows kind of had that thing.
Yeah.
You know, especially the shows that were in TV where like you had 24 episodes. So you had a whole season and the show's in production while it's airing. So the writers get to tell, you know, they get to see the reaction of the crowd.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, people really hate this character. We should kill them off.
Yeah. As an example.
Even though they had a plan for it and you could tell they had a plan, but they're like, as an example, it's like, oh, everybody hates this character. Everybody hates, I'm going to use Arrow because that went on forever. But everybody hated Black Canary, so they killed her off. But then they killed her off, and it was like, well, she was a really good actress. Let's try to bring her back. And she came back as White Canary.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that, yeah.
But you can tell in other shows, too. With the Netflix era, with the fact that shows get written for like a full season, like a full 8 episodes before it even goes into like production, and it gets dropped as a whole, I think you lose some of that...
Momentum or something.
Je ne sais quoi.
That production writing, like that mid-production writing where like they could change course. Streaming shows are kind of locked into the story no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Like, if people hate the character, well,
It's too late.
Yeah,
Half the season's already
show's
shot with
done.
them. Yeah. That's true. Versus coming out week by week. Like for me, a good example of that is the Green Ranger and Power Rangers. Remember, he was only supposed to be on for that.
He was only supposed to be on for 5 episodes.
That's it.
Yeah,
And he-
people-
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
His original
he was
run.
supposed to be at 1 and done billing.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
1 and 5.
1 and 5. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was supposed to be at 1 and done. Like,
Villain of the week. He was the villain of the week.
yeah, Tommy wasn't supposed to come back.
Yeah, but they said on the final episode, bro, in America, 99% of children between the age of like 5 and 11
Green Ranger.
were all tuned in at primetime TV to
Because
Power
the
Rangers.
Green Ranger he went into
was
the
him,
Megazord and
dog.
like beat him up.
The fact that he fucking stopped a mud hole in all the Rangers for no reason other than just to be like, y'all wanted the smoke. I'm here.
he was a big league hater, bro. He was
Absolutely.
a A1 hater. He was a
I hate the way that you talk, the way
Kendrick.
that you
I
walk,
was
the
about
way
to
that
say
you...
he was Kendrick level hating, bro.
Dead ass. Absolutely.
But yeah, that's right. They only kept him as the White Ranger because he was so popular.
And,
was
and
so
it's
beloved.
so typical that like just like a game where like once he joins your party, he's nerfed like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh god, what happened to this epic badass? Like
Yeah,
nah, he's
bro.
in your party, you gotta nerf him.
Yeah, bro. Sorry, we took away all of his skills. You know all the shit that you really loved about him? Yeah, we're gonna let him get his ass whooped now. Yeah, yeah. It was
But
crazy.
that's a really good example.
But the White Rangers was still epic, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah. that's
R.I.P. to I think Jason W. Frank.
JDR. No,
Jason
JDF. Jason David. Yeah, JDF. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Let
We
me make sure-
apologize.
Let
Yes.
me make sure I got it right because R.I.P.
Yeah, RIP. No, absolutely. I mean, that guy was an icon. He was. He made the circuit rounds and stuff like that. I saw the HBO like behind the scenes of the Power Rangers. thing.
Jason W. Frank. I did
Yeah.
get it right.
So JDF. Yeah.
I haven't watched the documentary.
It's
but
really good and it's
no,
really
no,
sad.
not only you, one of my coworkers said the same thing that it was that episode is like a must watch.
It's a must watch for me personally because when I saw that, I was like, I gotta see what's going on, what happened. It does give you backstory that's kind of sad, but it does put in your mind something of how that Power Rangers quote unquote curse kind of takes effect, where it's like you are like one of the biggest stars into children. You know, you're a hero, bro, for a season, maybe 2 if you're lucky. But they said after the original like run of Rangers, whoever wanted to stay on, because they fired the first set, they fired the Yellow Ranger, the Black Ranger, and the Red Ranger because the Yellow Ranger made like a comment, like she went off apparently at a luncheon with all the production companies, bro, and they were fired because they were all represented by the same agent. So all 3 of them got replaced, and it was just Kimberly and Billy and Tommy that ended up staying on. And the showrunner was basically like, of the originals, they can stay as long as they want until they want to leave. So that's why Tommy got such, and then they would bring him back every now and then, obviously to bring up the franchise because he was such a loved character. But can you imagine
Not
that?
only that,
Like,
because he was one of the few actors that owned it.
yeah, like really fell into that and loved it. Absolutely. But can you imagine being like number 1, loved by children for a year, and then the next one, you're selling shoes at Foot Locker as an example,
Yeah,
bro.
because
Like,
they're kind of typecast.
yeah, that's it. Now at that point, you
Like,
can't
it's
be
like,
ever
well,
be looked.
You're not a serious
You're a Power
actor.
Ranger.
You're a Power Ranger.
You're a Power Ranger, bro.
You're-
You're a great Ranger.
You're not a thespian.
But you're not Tom Cruise. You're not Michael B. Jordan.
You know, but like
You know?
like how Power Rangers, like honestly, is like live action anime, like done right.
Yes.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
especially like seeing now like some Japanese TikToks about modern day Japan, modern day Power Rangers. they have like anime effects like Rengoku, you know, the fire around them and shit. And they're like teleporting, but it's live action, bro. And they're like teleporting, being the shit. Like it's even more, even like up there. Like I'm like, damn, I want to catch up now. Like I want to see, like not only that, but I want to see what's his name? Not Moomin Rider, Kamen Rider.
Right.
I want to see Kamen Rider now, like all of it, because it looks dope. Like, but the thing is like Japanese, like they just combine words that just sound cool, like
They have
orange soda, you know, and then like suddenly like an armor of like a guy orange soda appears. He's like orange soda, you know.
The ultimate moves do sound a lot better in Japanese than in English.
No, they're the actual Japanese. It's actual Japanese. They just when they're doing like Kamen Rider. When they're like activating their shit, it's just something random, like red refrigerator, you know, and like
Hot Wheel.
and then like a refrigerator ass armor, but it's dope. But like, damn, that's what she got sick.
Something cool about the Power Rangers.
There was one where like a guy shook the soda can, and then he like activated it, like. And then the soda can became the armor.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool.
That's Tony Stark level shit, bro.
We were like walked up and just.
And then fucking Sailor Moon transformation.
Yeah, bro, that's badass. Sailor Moon style transformation. That's pretty fucking.
I
epic.
want to be mad at it, but I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know where. I don't know where he turns butt ass naked and stars to start shooting through him. You're like, what's going on with this fucking guy?
Beetleborgs or some shit.
Big bad Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs, bro.
Big bad Beetleborgs. Bro, when they crossed over with Power Rangers, I forgot about that
They had a
crossover.
crossover.
I just saw it, bro.
They
It unlocked a key memory, a core memory for
They
me, bro.
did,
They
bro.
did.
How?
They fucking fought on the moon or some shit like that, dog. It was like Power Rangers in
They
space.
come over to Angel Grove.
It's like Power Rangers in space or something like that, bro. But yeah, they do fight. It's so cool. And remember, the Ninja Turtles even had a crossovers.
Oh, yeah,
that
with the
was
Power
the original. Original was like, I'm on your left, Cap. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, that was like, you brought everybody.
Yeah.
You wanted me to bring more?
I've seen some TikTok ones where they like the Japanese ones bring all the Red Rangers from
Yes,
all the
that's
timelines.
like
Power
once-
Rangers, the American version did it too.
Yeah, they did.
Where, like,
It's
they had all the teams, and then Tommy wasn't like for the teams.
Yeah, bro, he was. He's it's like
'Cause
Red
he's,
Ranger, always and forever, or something like that. Is the name of the episode.
Yeah, because he's been a White Ranger, a Green Ranger, a Red Ranger, and I think he's also
Black
been
Ranger.
a Black Ranger. He's the only one that's been like 4 different colors.
Yeah, but he kills it every time, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was like an iconic thing because they had like 32 freaking versions. Like there was another one where they had like 11 or 15 different squads of Rangers that all showed up. That was epic too. But when it's just all the Red
I mean,
Rangers, that was
I
badass.
never kept watching, and like we're gonna age ourselves. I only watched the first 3 generations.
I watched for a good little while, probably like 3 or 4. You know? Yeah.
I remember Turbo.
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 movies that I kept up
I
with,
didn't
bro.
watch. I didn't watch Turbo.
I watched
didn't watch
Turbo. I think it was like, what was it? Power Rangers.
The first ones where the swords were like dinosaurs.
Right, that was the original Power
That's what I
Rangers.
said.
Mighty Morphin.
Mighty Morphin.
Right.
And then the second ones that were ninjas, right?
Yes, the second
Like
one they were
the
ninjas.
the red ranger.
He got the gorilla.
No, he had a dragon.
Oh, he did have the dragon.
Yeah,
like
that was
turned into
like the old school
turned into a
Japanese
ninja.
style. Yeah.
It turned into a ninja, and then it turned into a dragon.
Yeah.
It didn't make it
So badass. No reason. But all of them, yes. The Dragon Zords.
The
That's
Dragon
the
Zords.
Dragon Zords. That's when they were.
that was the second generation, and then the third generation were the really badass ones. That was the third generation was where they turn into in Power Rangers the movie.
Yeah, that's when they get the badass armor
Yeah,
upgrades.
the gorilla.
Yeah.
and
The frog.
The frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie was badass, man.
Yeah.
That movie's badass till it says Ivan Ooze is like getting a Funko Pop.
That's tight.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
after-
30 years later,
After
bro.
30 years, Ivan Ooze is like finally getting like a Funko Pop.
I mean, deserved, but damn, dog. Is he even around to
It'd be
sign
cool
it?
if Ivan Ooze, like the Funko Pop came with like ooze on the side.
That is
Oh,
funny.
that would be cool. Like a little cup of it.
It transforms you like the movie.
That would be dope. But anyway, yeah, like.
the beginning of that movie was so 90s.
But I want to
These
say,
motherfuckers are skydiving.
jumping out of this, no reason. What are they skydiving for? Because of teamwork, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck it, why not? Tommy comes out on a surfboard or like a snowboard.
Yeah,
Why?
but it's so badass.
It is so cool.
And then they start roller skating down the street.
I love it.
They're the Power Rangers, bro.
They're go Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying?
I do remember when they got that suit. It was some lady from the jungle, like gave him some pendants.
Bro,
Yes.
she
And
was
like
fine.
fine
she
though.
was
as hell.
questionably dressed for a kids movie. She was
Yeah.
questionably
No,
dressed.
she was just right.
And she was in some other sci-fi series, and that's why she was popular.
Really?
And she was recasted midway through the movie, so they had to like redo her whole scenes.
Damn.
Yeah, that movie had like
A bunch of problems?
a difficult production.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the suits were custom made for the movie because they wanted the suits to look badass instead
Dude,
of
the
skin
suits
tight.
were so gangsta, dog.
I like how they had,
when
like,
the armor style suits came in.
Flashlights and shit.
Dog, that shit didn't let them see more than 5 feet in front of them.
It
What the
was cool
fuck?
because the Yellow Ranger was the Sabretooth.
Yeah.
So the Sabretooth eyes were flashlights. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
I really like, whoa.
How about when she got her
Fight-
ass handed to her
Fighting the dark and shit.
and the Blue Ranger's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "She's like, bro, I just got my ass handed to me. What the fuck?" But no, yeah, I want to say after the
I want to see a live action with Ninja Turtles. I want to see this shit in the movies, man. Because I've seen comics of Power Rangers. That shit is brutal.
Those are like, they do like a prequel comic where it's like Sword. And is it Sword or like the Sword on the floating
Swordon.
face? Because there's a Ranger war that leads to him ending up on Earth or something.
Yeah.
It's like a prequel, thing where like he always picks some race.
something like that where it's like an alternate universe where Tommy went evil or some shit like that, and he has like the white and the green.
What was the name of the witch? The witch?
Rita Repulsa.
Rita Repulsa. There's a comic where Rita Repulsa, like, because Rita in the beginning of the did she comes out. And,
Yeah.
right?
After 5,000 years.
So there's a comic of the 5,000 years, how she, like, the reason she was sealed in there is because in that seal's like an AI that made her relive every single day the pain that she inflicted throughout the universe. So she will relive every day for 5,000 years, like the victims that she like conquer all the
That's
planets
menacing.
and kill, only to come out and be like, fuck it,
Do it all over
That's
again.
what she wanted to mention Swordon the whole time.
Damn.
No, I didn't know that, but I know the comics do get really mature. It's kind of funny because the comics, obviously, we watched it as a child. So I always wanted a more adult take on the Power Rangers,
Real.
It's
Jason
something-
David Frank was going to do
It's
it.
something you kind of crave because we all grew up watching it, and now we're like, man, I wish we had an adult take. The new live action movie, that came out, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Bro, it was really good.
It was good. I enjoyed
thought
it.
I liked it. They had the Tommy
They
teaser
teased at the end. I know, they just let it slip. I don't know what
Becky
happened.
G was one of the Rangers. She was the Yellow Ranger.
Was she?
Becky G?
Becky G was the Yellow Ranger.
What?
That was her?
Yeah.
Dog, that's
it's like one of her
crazy.
only acting credits.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, she's like this tall.
Oh, no, I had no idea, bro.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Big
But I
G's
enjoyed
the
it.
Yellow
Like,
Ranger.
it wasn't a bad movie, bro.
The
It
monster
a good
was that
different
big
twist.
golden monster. What was
Yeah,
his name?
Goldar.
Goldar.
Damn, I know a lot of shit.
You were a Rangers fan.
I was a diehard
Dude,
Rangers
oh, my
fan,
favorite
bro.
villain was the Z monster. The
Zed.
Z.
When he was all fucking...
He was one of the worst villains. Like he could like put up with Rita and take on all the Rangers at the same time.
Yeah.
Bro, remember he put her like in a little jar and shit like that. Her and her henchman. He's like, shut up. bitch, for a
He
little
looks
while.
scary as fuck, bro.
He was menacing. And he turned giant a couple times.
He would actually like come down and fight.
Let me run that fade. He didn't give a fuck.
Oh man!
But
I wish you would have made him. I wish you would have met him before he passed away because he was such a cool dude. I met him at Comic Palooza.
I heard, man.
Yeah.
I heard.
Jason David
Oh.
Frank,
Yeah.
the
I heard.
Green Ranger, the White Ranger,
Dude, he
the
was
only Red Ranger.
the real Ranger. You know what I'm saying? When you think of Power Rangers, you think of...
Yeah, because he has the martial arts gym. He has it. He is here in Houston.
in here in Houston.
Oh.
He was Houston based.
Yeah, I think that's very, very cool about him, bro. But like I said, he used to hit all the con circuits and everything.
Go Power Rangers.
Go get your mental health checked out, guys.
It's
Don't let it
important, guys.
slip. Even
Yeah, it's
the best
very important.
heroes out there, obviously, we struggle
We
with our
be
demons.
suffering. That's right, y'all.
Yeah. But speaking of demons and struggling, it made me think of Rita Repulsa's AI thing that you were talking about. Did you
Yeah.
know that they made a Death Note manga? It's like fan made where if Light lived.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's Light lives. He makes it to an old man. He finally tells Ryuk that he's ready to die. Ryuk writes his name in his book, but he doesn't have a soul. So where does he end up? He actually ends up in the realm of the Shimigamis. And
Light, right?
Light does. And Ryuk is there, and he's just like, but he has no recollection of what the fuck happened. Out of nowhere, he gets hit by a fucking bus, right? And he's like, what the fuck? And then Ryuk shows up, and after that, he gets hit with the bus. His memories start coming back. He's like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? And he's like, well, like, you killed about, and let's just say a number. You killed, 20,000 people, but you were alive. He's like, you're going to relive every single person's death until you die. He's like, so whatever those deaths were that you made happen to people, you're gonna go. And he's like, and once it's over, then you're finally gonna die. And he's just like, so I have this much time though, right? And he's like, bet. He's like, who runs the Shimigami world? And then he has a heart attack, and he comes back, and he's just like, well, it's so and so, but you got to come and find him though. He's just like, how do I become the god of the new world? He's like, well, you'd have to. And he's like, bet, I got time. And then he dies again, but then he just starts walking, bro. And he's like on his hunt to try to like take over how he becomes the king of the Shimigami world.
Oh, yeah.
So what if I never finished it, like but it looks cool though.
I've seen that theory where like it never really gets told what happened to Light. It's like, well, one theory is that he becomes a Shinigami.
Yeah.
You know, and that's his note, dead note at the very end.
It's at the very beginning, like at the very beginning of when of the episode. It's like, hey, go talk to the demon that fucked around with the human, and so the demon that goes has like brown hair. So he's like, hey, tell me about the time you fucked around with humans. He's like, oh yeah, let me tell you. You know, but it was at the very
it's him telling his own
at the
story.
very beginning,
yeah. So I think that's cool.
But it doesn't get confirmed.
No. So like I said, I think that's the fan theory where it connects it all the way around.
Did you know that there's an Easter egg of, I think we talked about it on Death Parade?
Yeah.
That Light goes to that afterlife.
Yes. I thought that was such a cool fucking theory, bro. But anyway, sorry, it just made me think of the radio poster thing. I know it's been a bunch of Power Ranger episode apparently.
Yeah, it's a Power Ranger episode.
We're going to call it Rapid
Rangers. Oh, but we didn't even finish it, bro. So like Mighty Morphins, I think Turbo was next, and then it was Power Rangers in Space or something like that.
Yeah.
Keep going, yeah.
Yeah, and then
like I said, I stopped at 3. I stopped at the Ninja Ranger.
I stopped at Turbo.
I think I went to Turbo, or maybe the
Turbo's
next
the fourth generation. Turbo's the fourth generation.
Okay, so I went to Turbo for sure.
Turbo had a movie.
Yeah. And I'm like, I know I made it 2 movies for sure out of the Rangers. Almost 3, but I know for sure 2.
And then after Turbo, I think it's the In Space.
Or something like
and then completely lost out. Because I think before the In Space, like a cop version came.
Oh, that's right. Patrol or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, he's super fan.
Bro, I was in it, fam. And again, if I'm wrong, please at me in the comments.
I've seen the TikTok ones where like they show the Japanese one, like he's sick as fuck. It's like a Gatling gun and just
they're epic, bro. Like, yeah, I just think that America really stumbled on a good one there, bro. Like,
bro, the toys, bro.
Yeah,
the toys are
so much
fucking
money, dude.
Random plug, my orthodontist, Showtime orthodontist. He has like the toys. He has like cases,
the Zords and shit.
Cases of the swords, like the first generation, the second, the third. And then he has like this Legacy edition, which like is like Legacy All Blacks Platinum edition.
What?
And it's like all the black swords. And you know they wrote that. It's like a turtle looking thing with a long neck.
Yeah.
He had that one.
You talking about the one that is all of them?
Yeah,
where it's like the green.
I remember
the
giant
regular,
turtle,
and then the turtle.
Yes, the green, the regular, and the turtle. He has that whole big.
And then there was like a long neck, like a remember to go with it or some shit.
It's called titanium or something,
bro. That's fucking sick. I
Dang.
bet you that shit. If they cost $1,000, if I had it,
Young Vine.
take my money, fam.
Go Power Ranger.
The ones that I bought was that second generation. That dragon, I had that dragon.
Yeah, I had the dragon too, but I had the first 2 generations.
I
Man.
had
only
the
had
first
the second
generation
one.
where like you press the button and like the guy's head was switched, where it was like the main head and the ranger head.
Yeah, same. I had those 2.
I had
but
the black one.
Those toys were expensive though.
they were, and our parents bought them for us. And where are they at now? Fucking in the trash.
Somewhere.
And the
I
thing
have
is,
it.
if you had kept them, some of them actually go for a lot.
I have it. I think I have the black one.
But
I
you
don't
would
find
never.
it.
You,
they gotta
there's
be,
not
it's gotta
one
be
kid.
in good condition, and you gotta have kept the box.
Yeah, which is just again
like
find
the,
a
box-
kid.
the boxes don't survive.
Yeah, there's no way.
No,
Again,
with those kids,
if you were
yeah.
strong enough as a child to resist opening one,
No way.
bro. I mean, you're a thug. I'll give
Impossible.
you credit. Kudos to you, good sir. But otherwise,
Impossible.
no fucking way. It doesn't happen. But you know what? Also, that was in the era with the sick ass '90s guitar riff for the fucking intro for no reason. Bro.
Suki, what was
Bro, I forgot that. That's
Bro, that was fucking
You're like
sick.
unlocking a memory.
Bro, I'm telling you. I had the game on Sega, bro. All right, my bad. Anyway.
Suki, what was your favorite?
You know what, Suki? I want to know who your favorite Ranger was. I bet you it was the yellow one. Anyway, guys,
Kimberly,
thank you
of course,
so
bro.
much for tuning into the WBM podcast. This has been one of your hosts. It's your boy, Merk. Make sure you guys are following us on all of our social medias on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all at WB_podcast.
And don't forget, we will be at Comic Palooza, June 20th to the 22nd at the George R. Brown Center. Follow us there. You should be following us already in Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all that jazz.
And it's your boy Oski in the mix.
In the mix.
As always, check out the website, WBMpodcast.com. You'll find over 150 episode library.
That's right.
In each one of the episodes, you'll find 2 links. One is to support the show. If you like what we do, please support the show. Another one is to text us, send us a text message for a shout out.
Shout out to our girl, Rebecca.
Yes, Rebecca. Oh, I almost forgot. Shout out to Rebecca. Thank you for watching.
We out this bitch. Peace.